Continuing the bullshit from the last part. This was the topper that made me quit playing the last Remnant. By the way, we're now going to be going against the Elite Four because we're awesome like that. I could deal with a lot of the game's bullshit. I literally sat down with the guy, did every side quest of the first disc, went out of my way, beat the main boss of the first disc, which still sucked. Even though I was ranked 70 whatever I had to be, I was even over the rank. It still took me 3 times to finally beat it, because it has a move where if one of your groups, God forbid, dies, which they fucking will almost every time, if you don't heal them in time, the creature will use a move, I don't even remember what it's called, where he brings them all back from the dead to fight for him. Guess what? There is no stopping it. You cannot use anything to make sure that you can bring them back to your side. When they're his, and you might as well go jack off in the corner and drink whatever the fuck it is you have. But here's the topper for me. I went through it. I dealt with it. I beat it. I put in the second disc. It sounded like it was going to get real good. Every single city's protected by a giant remnant, and there's someone out there that's trying to get all the remnants to turn and kill all the humans. You have to stop it. Awesome. Sounds great. I have 3 groups right now of 6 people each or something like that. A good total of people. There are 2 blank groups sitting there. I'm thinking I get to get more. You can have up to 2 leaders and 4 regular people per group. I've got 20 leaders to pick from. I can only pick 6 of them. This really sucks because there's a lot of good characters out there that do really good things that I can never use. But I'm thinking, you know what? Doesn't matter because I got 2 more groups coming on to give me another 2 people. Guess what I found out when I read online that really killed it for me? You don't get to use those 2 groups. You get a grand total of 18 people and fuck you. That's exactly what the game says. Those last 2 groups are if you're stupid enough to think that I'm going to have 5 groups of 3 people each. You do shit like that, you're a dumbass retard that needs to go kill himself immediately. If you don't have a group of 6 people, you're essentially telling the game, I give up. There is no reason to have these 2 blank groups just sitting there for no freaking reason. Are we really going to have it where it's like, I got a group of 6, a group of 6, a group of 5, and here's my one guy all by himself? No one in their godforsaken mind is going to do that, because when his one group of 1 person goes against a group of 5 alien creatures or wolves or dinosaurs, he's going to hit them for 1. They're going to hit him about 5 times, and he's immediately going to die. When I read that the max capacity of people you can hold is 18, I threw my controller in the air and have not touched the game ever since. Because to tease me that I could get up to 30 people on my team and say, fuck you, you wish, killed it for me. And I never once again have touched the game. Oh, by the way, you want the really good weapons in the game? I hope you have like 20 million yen cash, whatever the fuck they have in there, which, by the way, you defeat certain creatures, you get like maybe a couple $100 or whatever the gold coins are, and some rare animal parts. You sell those parts for about a couple thousand. Alright, sweet, that sounds awesome. How am I going to get my ninja weapon to an upgraded fire ninja weapon that's going to do a shit ton of damage in fire? Well, guess what? You're going to need all these special ingredients. How much is it going to cost me to get all these special ingredients? Oh, about a total of 500,000 gold. Here I am with about 30,000 at the end of disc 1. Boy, I better grind my living frickin' ass off and hope to God that when I defeat a creature, it drops one of the random body parts, because if they don't, and a lot of the times they don't, you ain't making jack shit worth of money with the things that you get. You might as well just give up and say, fuck this. You know, it is completely pointless. To try and make the best weapons in that game literally takes way too freaking long. And if you want to get every single achievement in that game, fuck you. That's exactly what it means. 12 achievements. You think piece of cake, no problem. You know what these kind of achievements are? It's doing the most bullshit things you could ever possibly imagine. Defeat the rarest freaking dragon in a certain dungeon. You know what it takes to make that dragon appear? You have to go in, go all the way to the very end. Hope to God that you don't run into any certain kind of creatures. Get to the last part of the dungeon, and you have a way to tell if the super creature's coming or not, because in the very second to last part of the dungeon, there are 2 enemies you can run into. A bunch bunch of these little critter things or something that flies. If it's the little critter things, final boss isn't coming. You might as well start the whole entire dungeon over again. And until you see that bird flying in the background, you are never going to go against the super rare dragon. You know how long it takes for that certain rare creature to come in? About 1 in about 120 times going through the dungeon. Mind you, it takes you about a good 15 to 20 minutes to go through a dungeon once. 1 in 250 chances of the mega rare dragon to show up at the end. Fuck that. I am not going through a dungeon 175 times for 15 minutes each to hope to God that it's a bird creature instead of a critter creature to guarantee me the extra strong dragon. It's completely luck-based. Want another achievement? You better fuse the most strongest weapon in the game. How much money is that going to cost you? About 100 million gold coins. And I already went through the fact that how long it takes you to get gold coins in the first place. And this thing... Let's put in this kind of perspective. Weapons have a basic start, and you can build them and upgrade them as you please if you go to certain shops and you have the right material in order to upgrade them and the right money, which again, bullshit on that. To get the weapon that you need for the achievement, or just to get a good weapon in general, takes up to a grand total of maybe 7 upgrades at a base level of... First, starting off, 25,000 gold with certain parts. Whatever. Next one, 75,000 gold. Certain parts. Build to that one. 150,000 gold with some even more atrocious parts. By the way, these parts that I'm talking about, folks, some of them can be randomly dropped from creatures, but a lot of them is done through mining. Yes, you can mine in this game. You have this little drill thing that you get early on in the game. You run these certain mine areas, and you can drill for some stuff. You know how many times you can drill? You start off with 1 drill per dungeon. The more you drill, the more the little guy levels up. By the way, you're not guaranteed to get anything when he drills. He can seriously go into the hole, drill for something, come up with jack shit, you lose it, there you go, you're done. Through doing this, he'll level up a bit to the point where he reaches his max where he can drill up to 9 times. Still with chances of getting nothing. So you can seriously sit there at a mining area and basically get... I looked it up for every single dungeon. Like certain mine pits will give you a chance of getting this really common one, which you're going to get every single time, an uncommon one, which you're going to get every other time, and the ultra rare one, which I have not gotten once. 9 tries. So it's essentially, it goes like this. Common, 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 uncommon, common, 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 uncommon, fuck you, common. I have never once gotten a rare item with the drill guy, and he's been maxed out for me in what he can get, how many times he can get it, and whatever other stat I'm completely forgetting because I haven't played that game in dog's years. So not only do you need godforsaken amount of money that's impossible to get, but you need godforsaken amount of items in order to make these weapons. Fuck that. Fuck Last Remnant. I hate that game.
Dude, you hate that game.
I have
How many hours did you log into that?
I think I'm up to about 48, maybe more. I literally just might, when we're done with this, throw it in to see how many hours I put into the game. Oh, and by the way, it's another one of those games where you can't save whenever you want. You have to literally find save points within the dungeon. So if you save before going in a dungeon and you've spent 50 minutes exploring the dungeon, and then, oh, by the way, this enemy gets a lucky hit and kills your main guy, and you're completely dead. 50 minutes gone. Restart. Fuck you. And enemies can get bullshit in this game. Absolute bullshit. Again, the biggest ones is fighting dragons, because here's the basis of the game. Like I said, it's almost completely, fully army-based. You have a certain amount of armies, and you basically throw them in, in battles with other armies. Say I got my 3 armies, and we're going against another 3 armies. If I have my 1 army go in and attack the other army head-on, it leaves them wide open for a flank attack. What does a flank attack do? It allows you to get a shit ton of hits on an enemy for extra damage. So essentially, they're distracted from your one group, so your other group comes from the side and completely destroys them. Remember the dragon enemies I was talking about? The very rare ones? Well, they're ones that aren't very so rare. They have to fight for side mission or story-based. You know how many armies they can fight up to? All of them! You cannot flank dragons. He can, and here's the thing about flanking. Flanking means you get a free hit. All 6 guys on your team will hit them with no repercussion. With the dragon, he gets 2 attacks. So basically, you get 6 attacks to his 2 attacks with no flanking. So he can attack all of you at once because he can. No problem. And by the way, dragon attacks can attack the whole group at once. Trying to keep everyone alive to get full experience against a dragon is impossible. I have literally saved so I can make sure to get the max experience with everybody on, because here's the thing about it. The experience doesn't split between people. It's the full experience for everybody. So, unlike other games like Final Fantasy, where if someone dies, it's whatever, because then that means some characters get more experience. No, not in Last Remnant. Whether they're dead or alive, you get the same experience. So having a character being dead, even one character dead without getting experience will fuck you in the long run. So you have, if you're going against dragons, which give you a shit ton of experience, and you lose one guy and beat the dragon with that one guy dead, you are restarting that whole battle to make sure that one dead asshole gets the experience as well. Because that is the one thing that can keep you from winning the fucking game. Oh, also, if you think you're going to be cute with this game and go out of your way to get these really good leader heroes, you're a dumbass. If you don't stick with the heroes, it's hard for me to keep myself collected because your laugh really makes me...
Okay, alright, you can go ahead.
If the very first leaders you get, you don't hold on to them, because like the only way to really make heroes good is to keep with them as long as possible. If you give up your level 28 hero for the level 13 hero because he looks stronger, you might as well take the pole and shove it up your own ass. Because the fact of the matter is, he's gonna suck in the long run compared to the guy that you've been no matter how much the guy sucks compared to the new guy, it's the level difference that matters. He may have only one attack, but because he's level 28 and the guy with more attacks is level 13, you're gonna stick with the level 28 because you have to grind this guy up with everyone else. And oh, by the way, because he's part of a group, it brings that whole group down as well. So because he's such a low level with lesser health, that group's easier to kill. So you have a one almighty powerful leader and one shit list leader, and that one shit list leader is going to kill it all for you and is the whole purpose why you're going to lose to the main bosses in the game. I am not kidding when I stress the fact that if you're playing this game, folks, the first leader you get, you're holding on to him for dear life. The whole group of leaders you get from the beginning of the game, if you get rid of any of them, you are a dumbass and should go hang yourself right now. I hate that game.
Oh my god.
So this Elite Four boss music is awesome.
A little late for that, but dude, so I flipped all tails against Zapdos.
And you lost it. And here we go, huge thunder attack, which good for him. It took all of
his energy, dude. We were talking about this. This is the stupid. Here we go. Ram. It allows me to pick something on their bench, do 10 damage to it. So here we go. Well, it's this whole bench, actually. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, it swaps him. I forgot. Yeah. So I was like, oh, hey, Eevee. What's up, bro?
And then you just shit
Horn
all
attack,
over
60. It. Bye-bye. So his whole strategy literally is to use Thunderbolt, which is retarded because it literally gets rid of every single
energy that you've stacked onto in previous turns.
Ram,
essentially what that move is, because it gets rid of all your energy, is what I was explaining about giving up level 20 for the level 13 hero. Just go fuck yourself right now. You're an idiot.
Dude, that's...
No, you've never seen me play the light. Like, you saw me play it when I first got it. I didn't know what I was doing. You gotta see me try and play it now that I know what I'm doing, and see exactly what I mean about the bullshit that game can occur. Because it makes me want to kill myself.
Dude, I can't believe it's that bad. That's funny.
It is. Well, here's the thing that makes it as bad as it is. Because like I said before, it has the merit to be a great strategy RPG game. Because again, you're controlling full groups. You can flank people. You can get flanked. You know, the basis of what you could do is amazing. It's a giant battle. You know, when your two groups collide with each other, it shows a list of who's going to do what attack against each other. So it's like hit, then a hit, then two hits, special hit. There's a move called Ex Machina, one of your main leaders can do, which essentially he just takes out a gun and shoots a giant laser at the other person. One of the best moves you can do, I remember, it's Omniburst, which you're basically your main character uses his necklace, goes into a super form, and just basically does a Goku instant teleportation, punching them and defeating the shit out of them. When you're going against the main boss of the first disc, he uses it to create a golem that fights for you. It is such a cool concept that fails! We'll see you in the next part, folks.
Fuck you.